Yeah, it's just another few days and we should, at least if this map is to scale, we should be there very, very soon. You know, I'm surprised we haven't run into any of the bounty hunters that I assumed would be after us. What is concerning, you should be concerned as well. Well, sure, but you were already set up to be executed. Your bounty is only going to be higher now. And if they haven't found us yet, that makes me worry. Because if what you've told me is true, and I do believe that it is, they know exactly where we're going. And if they're not behind us, they might be in front of us. And we need to prepare ourselves for the reality that we could be walking into a trap. Well, that's just rude. Just because I'm a Minotaur doesn't mean I don't know how to use my head beyond goring things with my horns. I mean, whose idea was it to team up with you in the first place? It wasn't yours. Alright. Okay. You make a good point. Strategy is not my strong suit. Much more of a hit the problem head-on kind of person. So figuring out how to get around traps is not really... it's not for me. Now I'm going to hope that you, being the experienced headhunter you are, I'm going to hope that you have a plan. I'm going to really have to rely on you for this. Oh, shut up. It wasn't hard for me to say. I can say it again. Words are easy. I think I need your help on this. We are on a team, at least for the time being. And teammates work together. Right? Right. I got you out of that prison. You're going to get me past the traps. And if you try to use me to spring the traps, you better hope that I don't survive, because I will not be very happy. But you know, I have a feeling you already know that, and I don't think that you would do that. Oh, I didn't say I trusted you. Let's hold on a second and be very clear. I don't trust you. I trust that it is in your own self-interest to work with me. You have given me no reason to suspect you would try to double-cross me. But you were arrested, you were a prisoner, and I have talked with many prisoners doing my job. Does that surprise you? There's not much else to do. It's not like I have urgent time cards I need to punch in and punch out. I go in, I complete the contract, and I leave, and I get paid no matter how long I take to do it. The same amount. And sometimes I chat a little bit, like I did with you. Oh no, I've never broken anyone else out. You could say you were my first. You're special. Yes, well, the map is special, but so are you. I've been doing contracts for a very long time, and I have never once teamed up with anyone. We Minotaur aren't exactly the most common species in, quote, the civilized world. And we're not trusted. Well, I guess everyone assumes we're going to start going into a blind rage and knocking everything over and attacking anyone we come across. It's incredibly racist, but society isn't perfect, you know? I mean, hell, you should know that firsthand. The leaders of your guild set you up to take a fall so they could get away with all the treasure. Not exactly the, type of person you really want to be working for in an ideal world, but a lot of times these are the kind of people that rise to power, aren't they? The kind who are willing to slit their teammates' throats to get ahead, to get what they want. Well, I guess there's no harm in telling you. Yes, that's exactly what happened. When I was younger, I tried out to be an adventurer. Well, you've seen the kind of contracts the guilds offer. Someone strong enough to carry a cart by themselves without the need to rent a horse, who can also defend the cart. Very, very useful in any sort of caravanning contract. Well, I took a contract as part of a team. There were 5 of us. I was the only, quote, monster in the group. And I was very much excluded from everything. Everything. These types of trips, they don't happen over the course of a couple of hours. They can take days, weeks, even months. They would never talk to me. They would only grudgingly hand me food so that I wouldn't become a liability on the journey. Oh, they were, quite frankly, horrible. And put a very bad taste in my mouth when it comes to working as part of a team. Well, no, it was also quite literal. That's why I know firsthand that daggers don't really pierce my hide. Because one of the members of that group tried to slit my throat on the last day of the journey. I guess they thought that if they killed the monster, they could cash in on, I don't know, selling my horns on the black market or something. I didn't exactly ask. Well, it's not the best memory. Waking up in the middle of the night with a knife at your throat. Fortunately, they didn't have binding strong enough to keep me back, but... Well, let's just say the political complication of the only one returning from this trip being a monster. It was very suspect, at least in the eyes of the corrupt leadership. They assumed I just raged out, killed the entire team so I could take all of the prize for myself. They gave me a choice to be an executioner or to be executed. And yes, they paid me for it, but it was lonely. Very. And I learned not to trust people. So when I say that I don't trust you, it's not specifically you. I don't trust anyone. Not after that. Well, how do I know you won't? You could just be saying all of these things to try and make me feel better. To let my guard down. So you can try what the other people tried. Which, of course, wouldn't work. It's not about the physical harm. Because if I can toot my own horn for a second, even their warrior was no match for me. I was never in any physical danger, but the fact that I could not trust my own team members to be on my side, it's very difficult living in a human world as a monster. Hell, even being called monster, not person. I think the word would be dehumanizing, which feels a little redundant given that I'm not human, but you know, under most circumstances, I would agree with you. I don't know, something about you just feels different. I can't place it. I don't think that you would try to betray me. I don't expect you will. But that fear is there, if that makes sense. And so when I think that there are traps ahead of us, and that there is every possibility I will be betrayed by my team once again, well, you can do the math yourself. Am I really growing to like you? No, I mean it. You don't say much, but very insightful. Probably a good thing, because I definitely say too much. This is the point of a team to balance our strengths and weaknesses. I guess it does come with being the stealthy one. Who's never any good at stuff. About this treasure now. You agree there will probably be traps, or an ambush, or something waiting for us. So, we're going to have to come up with a plan to get around all that. I say we. You. You are going to have to come up with a plan to get us from here to there in one piece. I think we might have to figure that part out a little later. We've got to get there first before we worry about how we're going to get it all back. Plus, we have a one-woman caravan right here. You might be surprised just how much weight I can pull. Do you know how powerful a trained ox can be at pulling and carrying loads of equipment, resources, goods, materials, anything? Right. If we want to get a wagon full of treasure back from wherever it is, we just need me in a wagon. Yeah. That's why I used to take those caravan contracts. And, as luck would have it, I have an axe and I know how to use it. I can build a very primitive cart that we can use to bring the treasure wherever we need to go. See, I told you we'd be a great team. I can carry the treasure and I can knock down anything in our way. But I need a lookout. Someone to watch my back. That was our deal. That's fair. You take all the time you need to think about it. I'm gonna go get some rest. It's a long, long trip back. We're still a ways out. Tell you what, if it'll help you come up with a plan, maybe you might want to take some time off for tonight. Rest and put some thought into it in the morning. I know we generally take shifts, keeping an eye out on things, but I might have an idea or two I think you may be interested in. I've seen how you handle yourself, your weapons, because I'm curious. I would like to see how you handle yourself in a different situation. So, what do you say you take this bull by the horns and see where it goes? Oh, no, I'm very serious. Well, yes, there's something different about you. I said I don't trust you. That doesn't mean that I distrust you. So, what do you say? Hello, everyone. Star here. Thank you for listening this far into the video. It has been a good long while since I did a part in the Minotaur series. And I wasn't even sure I was going to pick it up for part 3, but I don't know. I just kind of want to end up all of the series I have going that technically didn't have like a quote finale. I don't want to leave anything open, so part 3. I've said many times before, part 4 is usually going to be the ending of my series because it just feels like a good number to me. Outside a few exceptions, you know, orcs. But, so backstory, apparently this time. That's the fun part about, because I do these improv. I don't even know what I'm saying until I say it. So, now we have the backstory, and it's a little sad. Betrayal and loneliness. We're heading to get the treasure. We have a way to bring the treasure back, because at least in my mind there's going to be a ton of it, and you gotta put it somewhere. So, literally building a cart and hauling it myself? Sure, no big deal. Anyway, I think that's it for this one. Thank you again for everything, every like, every view, every comment, because they all really do help. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye. Mwah. You know, under most situations, I would agree with you.